is it doing this? Fuck this background. I'm just gonna have to put a picture up.
It's okay.
Or
You
just
didn't have
have
to
you
have a
got one?
background.
Have you got a poster anyway that you can just put up?
Yeah, a poster of him under my pillow. I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can see Joey Exotic there.
Yeah,
That's the one I want. There we go.
nice.
So we can tell it's fucking weird. Okay, let's do a. Nathan's already opened his beer, so Gary, have you got your beer ready to open?
Oh, was I
Yeah,
supposed to
have
open
it.
at the same time?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You didn't know. Hang on,
How do I just go back to the normal screen now?
click it. Just click off it. That X at the top right of that
Oh, it's
little
this
one.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Ready?
Parents are
Start.
cool.
Can't really
You can
tell
add
what
a
it is.
sound effect.
Yeah. Hey guys,
There you go.
welcome to Bro Ups. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Bro Ups is back with a new member. Let's just fill my beer up. I'm gonna put it in a
Who's
glass.
that?
It's that guy below us.
Andrew. Hey,
Yeah.
Andy. You're below me on my thing.
Oh, Gary's below me on mine.
Oh.
Oh, look at
How's
the
that
froth.
taste? Oh, yeah. Technology, eh?
I can put it here and then you'll see the
What
target.
can't you do these days?
Ah,
My background's bugging out.
yeah. We can turn them off in a minute. It's just for the intro. We'll turn them off for the after. Nathan doesn't have to though.
You know,
My
get a print screen of it.
Half my face is.
I am Joey Exotic.
I can change mine as topics change.
Yeah. Nathan can be the topic guy. Like this one's good. If I can only have half the screen, the one of his face, like from the arrest video, like actually looks good.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, this is Bro Ups. Me and Nathan used to do Bro Ups before. We used to do movie reviews. Now we're just going to talk general stuff. Drink beers as guys. Now we're in isolation. Males need to bond more. As Joey would say.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we're just going to have a beer, have a chat, talk about what we're watching on Netflix, what we're gaming on. And who knows, we might get married.
We're brothers. That'd be weird.
Well, me and Gary can.
Okay. Gary can marry us both.
Just have you on different nights.
Oh. But yeah, I'm gonna turn my background off now too because I've got it all over my face.
It's going weird as well.
That's what he said. I can't remember how to do it now.
Going to
there we
the
go.
thing.
Okay, Nathan will be the subject, so whatever we're discussing, it will change. Maybe not right straight away because I reckon if we change subject quickly, then he won't be quick enough. But yeah, okay, Tiger King. What did you guys think? Let's get on to that discussion.
You go first, Gary.
Yeah, it'd be good that I go first because I fell asleep through a few of the episodes.
Oh, great.
I watched most of it, but
Okay.
it reminded me a lot of Making a Murderer. Just
Yeah.
like the scandal and just like the mystery behind it, because you never get the full story. I feel like from American, there's always a deeper, darker.
Oh, well,
deeper
and with
behind all of
Netflix as
it.
well.
Yeah, with that type of sort of documentaries.
You got to remember it's for entertainment purposes as well, isn't it?
Mm.
It's to
Yeah, I
it's to
know,
entertain us. Yeah.
I don't know. When I watch stuff like this, I always feel like I just want to know more. I want to investigate and actually find that truth, because you
Proper
just
sleuth.
don't get the truth, do you?
No,
No.
it's all there for us to make memes out of.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love Joey, even though I feel like he had good intentions at the start, and then he just
Yeah, his
money
heart
and
was in the right
fame.
place.
Money and
Yeah.
fame, I feel like just turned all of them horrible.
Yeah. And
I think
Yeah.
Joe's an absolute piece of shit, but there's something that's likable about him in a way that just because he, what they say about being charismatic, but he's horrible. Like, he's a psychopath.
we
But
only
he's
saw
funny,
that
which
side, I
makes you
guess,
like
as
him.
well. When he thought the
Yeah.
camera was on him, type thing.
But even like the whole thing about having tigers, like, I think that's not a good thing
Yeah.
anyway. Like,
It's
so like, even from the
horrendous.
get go, before like the whole thing started, like it was already like he's up to dodgy stuff, but like because he's funny and you laugh at him, you kind of like forget about those things and start to like him.
He's kind of like the
Um,
Michael Scott of the zoo.
Yeah.
Even with his staff, you could tell he's got that sort of staff because he takes advantage of them. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
he
Yeah.
picks the
Netflix and they're
weakest.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're desperate, a few of them, aren't they? It seems.
they're just taking advantage of them, basically.
When you saw him like digging out of the Walmart delivery, like for
Yeah,
food
for
and
food.
stuff.
Yeah, shit. But they're like weirdly loyal though, even though like, well, maybe because they're desperate and stuff as well. So he's giving them a chance. But like that, the person that got their arm bitten off,
Oh yeah,
and stuff
Yeah.
like, they're still kind
I
of.
forgot about her.
you
Yeah.
know, well, that's I don't know. I feel like I heard something about them being misgendered by the program. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't know, but they were. I should probably check that. Really.
Yeah, I
You
thought it was
recorded?
a her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm recording. It doesn't matter.
But no, like there's still, things happen, but they still work there, and like they still seem to have some kind of loyalty to.
Well,
to
she
them,
came back,
obviously
what,
until the end.
Was it 5 days after getting
Yeah,
her arm
yeah,
bitten
yeah.
off?
Yeah.
Jeez. I
A
wouldn't be
week
going back
after
to
the
work.
amputation, wasn't it? I think?
Yeah.
Awful.
So Nathan's against Joe Exotic. Gary's
Is anyone
with it.
for him?
Gary's all for him.
No, I'm definitely not. For it. No.
You love him.
No, at the start, when you think, I think he was kind of genuine, kind of nice, and then I think he just, I don't know.
They
Did
kind
he
of
reveal
warned you
his
to
real
him.
self, or
Mm.
did he get turned by the money and fame?
I felt like Netflix warmed you to him before they then really
I
turned
suppose so,
turned
yeah,
him.
just to capture me. So
Yeah, so that's why everyone still likes him on the meme side of things, don't they?
Yeah, well, that's whatever happens. Like, it's just something great to watch, and I think the hype, like where it's dropped onto Netflix. Obviously, it's a little bit before, but now with everyone going into lockdown, it's like the ideal time for everyone to just binge it. So it's just like obviously that's kind of helped out in a way as well, hasn't it? Because like
Yeah.
it's obviously caught on, and no one's got much to do, so it's just like, well, we'll rinse that. I feel like there's probably a lot of people who have watched that wouldn't really normally watch that kind of show.
Oh,
like,
definitely. They're talking about it on like Radio 1 and everything, like
yeah.
open. Like, not that it's a bad thing to talk about, but I feel like it could push the wrong people to watch it, like kids and stuff. I still don't think like kids should be watching it, and especially like
It's confirmed. Saf prefer is he.
okay,
That's from this report I found. Anyway.
oh, okay. But
They're
was he a she before? Or?
No, I think they just
Okay.
misgendered on
Oh,
on
okay.
the show.
Well, yeah, I feel sorry for him then.
Yeah, I haven't read the full story, so it doesn't matter too much.
What was your rather than going into like the politics of it? What was your like biggest like what the F moments? Starting with
what
Nathan.
is that? Oh,
with,
about that.
with Tiger King, sorry. So
So like obviously just how it just escalated into something massive, just like that. I can't remember his name. Is it Jeff Lowe,
the
the
producer.
guy from Vegas?
Oh,
the
that
guy-
guy.
Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah. He was weird.
Like when he got involved, it was just like some weird like. It just seemed so much more like illegal and bad, even though it's probably
Yeah.
bad from the get go. He just seemed like such a crafty guy. And then like I think when he started finding more out about Carol fucking Baskin, like, I think that was when it's kind of like it
The
started
murderer.
getting nuts. I think, yeah, like it's just like it's just a good show, and the way that like Making a Murderer did as well, like it built up, and then there's just so many times, and it was just like a lot of twists and turns and stuff, which is obviously why they focused on it. But I think towards the end, like when it got to people taking the park and then like them forcing him to
Yeah.
go out and potentially framing him and whatever, it was just like, what? How has it got here from what it started out as?
And Gary, what do you think were your WTF moments?
Just America in general, with how many
How they're
fucking
allowing it.
tigers and lions and everything that are
Yeah.
actually there. I just think the whole thing is insane. Like,
Yeah.
how have they got that much there?
Freedom. mate.
More than in the wildlife, isn't it? They actually
That's
said.
that's freedom for you.
Yeah, they got more. They got more in America in captivity
Yeah.
more in captivity
fuck
than they
yeah.
have in the
Wild,
wild. Or
yeah.
whatever.
Think
Yeah.
of what we could do if we were free.
I wouldn't want
American
a tiger.
dream.
The other guy's weird as well. The
Oh, Doctor, whatever his
That's
name
it.
is.
Yeah, he
he
just
was
like
a,
hires women and like obviously sleeps with them and makes them work for him and stuff.
and then has
Like,
has them in different houses and stuff, and then
yeah,
stay.
what do they
Yeah,
see? What did they see in him? Like, it's just,
the tigers.
it's so yeah, I know, but like, is it that much of a draw? Like, and like the other guy, Jeff, was like, you know, he'd take tigers to Vegas and people would have to have sex with him. It's just like,
Have to.
how does that work? Like, I don't, like, I don't understand. Like, it seems like a weird trade. Like, oh, you've
Hmm.
petted my tiger, now you've got to pet my tiger.
Yeah, I don't think that's something that would like if I saw a tiger at the zoo, I'd then be like, oh my god, I need to have sex with whoever brought it here.
I need to bang something.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's celebrity life, though, isn't it? That attracted.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
like the money and the celebrities that wanted to get tigers off them and that. Was,
It's
Yeah.
cool, obviously, because it's like such like a taboo thing, I guess, isn't it? As well, like you like to just be that close to a tiger and stuff. It's not.
Well, I felt that the people who were like going there, like obviously freely and paying like a lot of money by the sounds of it to do it.
Hmm.
Do you think like they ever question like what they're seeing is like? I don't know. Like I feel like if I was there, so I'm just sticking something over the red light. I feel like
your little marker.
Yeah, no. I feel like if I was there, I would have been like, this place isn't like shouldn't be going. This shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
It just like obviously even like when it went to obviously people wouldn't have known, but you know when they were doing pizzas and they were using the same meat from the Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
for the
Yeah.
pizzas and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
and he's got people going around for like was it Thanksgiving or Christmas
Oh, yeah.
dinner, and there's no
Yeah.
way I'd eat that food. Like no
Yeah.
no way. But I'm going to throw a few facts at you. Actually, some moments that I found crazy, and then see what you guys thought. So, obviously, the Travis thing was pretty horrible, to be honest.
Oh shit! Yeah, that.
Yeah,
I
that
really
was-
didn't see that coming.
A big bad moment.
Yeah.
But him singing at the funeral.
Oh yeah, like do you have like? I just don't know how someone could think that that was okay. Like,
No,
he's
they're
obviously
just
like
sitting there.
so deluded.
So that bit was crazy. What about
Mm.
the cologne on his shoes?
Oh yeah, the sardine oil or whatever we put on there.
And then that tiger was like just basically trying to eat his feet.
Yeah,
And then, but I found it hilarious at first. But then when he started using the crutch on it, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is bad. Like this shouldn't
Yeah.
be happening.
and no one helped him either, did they? Like such
No,
a
'cause,
horrible place.
Obviously, the video producer's cabin getting burnt down or whatever, the studio.
Oh yeah, this is the thing. I feel like I watched it all, but like I feel like it's hard to remember it all because it's not that long, is it? And there's a lot
Yeah.
that happens.
Who
in
do you
the
think? Who do you think
series.
burnt it down?
Oh, obviously Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
or paid someone to do it. Yeah,
Well, what did he do when like it started going wrong later on in the park? He burnt everything again, didn't he?
yeah, it's true.
Like,
Yeah,
It's obviously like that's his first thing is like, right, shit's hit the fan, let's just burn everything. Like
yeah.
I think
yeah.
that's his response.
Did you know he had 2 husbands previous as well?
What
So
before the
in
ones
total,
the
he's had
series?
5 husbands. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I saw a video on YouTube about like the facts they didn't tell you and stuff like that. But he married, I think, 2 other guys before. I think one died of like I don't know if it was a heart attack or something. I'll look it up in a minute.
Hmm.
But obviously, him marrying straight guys was very strange to. Well, one, they were accepting it, and his method of finding out if they would have married him, which was, do you watch
I was going
porn?
to say, watch gay porn.
Do you watch porn? And if they say yes, then do you like watching the guy with the big dick or the little dick? And if they say they like the big dick, well, they ain't
Yeah.
straight then, are they? That had to be like, that was one of my favourite lines.
Yeah. But I think it's definitely like the whole cult thing is like
Oh,
they
yeah.
talk about, like having like a charismatic leader kind of thing, and then like people just, knowing what people want and playing on that kind of thing. I think that's, that seems to
Oh,
be what
yeah,
he's
like
done.
buying
and,
him
like,
the guns and the like
Yeah,
quad
just-
bikes and stuff.
Yeah, like it's like when famous people have like an entourage of people that aren't even their friends, isn't it? It's just like
Mm.
people that are living off that person's fame, really.
Yeah.
So like he's buying them loads of shit. It's just like, well, you carry on then, like.
And the
Yeah, he
fine.
said
Oh, go on, Gary.
he
you
said
go
when they
first.
were doing the what was it, the cub petting, and they
Oh,
would go
yeah.
around that who was the one with the tattoos?
That was,
Boyfriend with the tattoos? I can't
Oh,
remember.
the what? No teeth one, or
they both had tattoos.
yeah, the tall
One
one.
that always had his top off, basically.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that was
Travis.
one with no teeth. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no, sorry, the one that had his top
Oh.
off through the whole series of being
yeah,
interviewed.
literally the whole
That
thing.
was
Didn't
Joe. No, what was his name? I can't remember his name.
Have
He
a
only
look.
had like 3
he? He was
teeth.
the butcher boyfriend, wasn't he?
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, yeah.
And he was like saying they were only like sometimes 10, 20, 30,000, like going to these malls and earning all that money just through the cub petting, weren't they?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Making bank, weren't they?
Yeah, and then Carol Baskins like shut it down basically.
Okay, Travis was the younger guy that was from California
I swear the other one was called like Jake or
who
something.
shot himself. I'll just have a look at the. Sorry, carry on.
The final question I'll put to you both as well is Carol Baskins, did she kill him? Is she a murderer?
That's fun.
Yeah, so we'll go into that quickly. And if she did do it, where is he? Is he under the septic tank, or is he? Was he in the meat grinder and then he got eaten by the
I think
tigers?
that I don't think she killed him. Like, I mean, I think they'd love that she did.
Oh,
and there's
evidence
obviously-
points that way
obviously-
though.
It seems that there's no evidence that points away apart
All
from
of
people saying
Netflix's
that.
all of Netflix's evidence.
But yes, what I mean, Netflix love that. But like what they said, like the meat grinder, like, I just feel like realistically, it just seems that like it would be hard to get rid of that. I don't know, but then obviously the tigers could have eaten them. But then, like, I don't think the septic tank's a realistic thing. Like that's just. But I think maybe the tiger one could work. But then, like when she showed the meat grinder, it does make me wonder if you could actually grind up a body with that.
I reckon if you cut it into enough parts.
I
Maybe.
reckon she let the tigers eat him, and whatever's left, then she put through the meat grinder. Probably
Yeah.
fed that back to him.
Mm.
Easy.
I reckon she.
I think that's what we. I
definitely
think that's what we want, but I don't know if that's what happened.
Hmm.
But she is the most annoying person.
I
just
feel
the
like you're
whole-
protecting the knife.
Yeah, she's
What-
vile. She is a horrible person.
Yeah.
She's
What does she
worse
keep
than
saying?
Joe.
What's
Hello,
up,
all
my cats
you-
and kittens?
Yeah, cats and kittens or something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like yeah. Every time she said it, it was so annoying.
And her like bike ride and stuff like that, always in slow motion.
Yeah,
That just annoyed me anyway because I couldn't tell if she was biking super slow or if
John
she...
Finley was the other boyfriend.
There we
the one
go.
with no teeth, I think, wasn't he?
I hated that guy.
Yeah, he's a
That
dick.
guy.
Her husband,
Yeah.
her new husband.
Yeah, hated him.
He was the most boring person. I mean, like everything he said was just so beige. Just like what?
And when he'd like follow her around the park.
yeah, he wouldn't even get angry. Like they'd do something horrible to like shoot a dummy of her, say they're gonna kill her. He'd just be like, "Oh yeah, like, those guys. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like, why don't we just talk about it?" And it's just like, why get angry? Do something. Like have another like expression other than just like neutral.
As you say, he was beige.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
But
time.
Is
Zero
it John?
emotion.
Is it John Finley? Is that the other husband? The one with no teeth? that
Yeah,
you're saying?
yeah, yeah,
Travis
John.
and John. Yeah.
He got the
That was another
tattoo
thing
of the ball at the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
That looked worse.
It didn't even
cover,
cover
what
half of it
No.
up. You still see
Property,
some of the
property
letters.
of Joe Exotic.
Yeah, yeah.
That was that.
Like, okay, I understand. Like, you're trying to get money out of him, and like, you probably had to do a few things that you didn't want to do.
Yeah.
But like, you could have probably said no to the tattoo.
Yeah. I liked
Jeez.
I remember watching it and we were watching it for a while and like he was obviously doing all his interviews, John Finley. And then like after a while we were just like, why is he always topless? And I was
Yeah.
like, I hadn't even noticed, but now you've said it, like it's so weird. Like put a top on. Like what?
Always, every time he had no top on.
He's an alpha.
It's such a strange thing to see. I don't know, like just someone interviewing all the time topless. Like
Oh,
But that was-
one more thing to add to you guys. You know all the music, the amazing music videos, the one where he got the Carol Baskins look-alike, and
oh yeah,
I think most of them. There's the one song he sings in the car, and it's like he's like singing to it, and he's like, sometimes I just like to drive and listen to my own music and sing along.
Yeah.
Apparently, all those songs aren't actually written by him.
Yeah, I heard
something
this,
about
yeah.
this,
And it's
yeah.
not him singing in them either. It's a band like another like Southern America, wherever they're from.
But
like
then
band.
They'd let him put his name to it, or
They're
was he
really
just
good though.
taking it?
Like I might get them on my Spotify or whatever.
Well, I know they're not good. I heard the songs on the like even whoever the sung by, they're bad songs. Like they're not.
Okay, so if quarantine isn't happening by Halloween, how many people are going to go as Joe Exotic?
Yeah, a lot, I reckon. It'd
'Cause
be quite an easy costume.
The girls had the females had Harley Quinn for like what 3 years or something, 2 years. The guys
Yeah.
have now got Joe Exotic,
Yeah.
and like the other halves can like go as like a tiger or something.
Yeah,
I'll just
or
take my top
Carol.
off and go as his boyfriend.
You need to draw some like black stuff on your teeth.
Yeah, black a load of teeth out. Write property of Joe Exotic on your.
Yeah, it's probably a joke.
But yeah, overall,
And
Tiger
the bullet,
King
my
Go on,
favorite
Dave.
were the bullet wound tattoos. They're my
on
favourite.
Joe.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
why would you want that?
Was it like 3 or 4 bullet holes?
Yeah, just like with blood coming out of them, wasn't it? It's just like.
But yeah, I have to say, Tiger King was like it was only 7 episodes, and like I'd find that I'd watch like 2 episodes and then go to bed, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna watch some more. Then I would just go back downstairs and watch the rest. I think
Yeah.
I finished it in like 2 nights. It was just so
Yeah.
good.
It's definitely great to watch. Like if you
Yeah.
like that kind of thing. I still think it's not Making a Murderer, which is I don't think there'll ever be anything that's as good as Making a Murderer.
Mm.
In the sense of like that was because it's long, but like there's so much more detail and stuff. But it's definitely up there with the kind of just crazy American.
Yeah.
It's way more like what you'd expect in the sense of like, you know, when you say something so American, it's everything like that, really, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
in
definitely.
a series
corrupt.
as well. Yeah, and
That's
just like
why
the
we
shit,
love
they're
it.
just blowing stuff up and
Yeah.
got tigers and
Yeah.
stuff like. It's
And
just
just attaching
nuts.
like dynamite stuff to like
Yeah.
anything to just blow it up.
And how
like
they're
a
just
Will
pointing
Ferrell
guns
film.
at each other. Yeah.
What it was like.
That could
I
be a
saw
movie
someone-
for the end of the year.
I saw something about a drinking game for Tiger King, and it's like every time they point a gun at the camera or someone else, you have to drink and stuff like that. Just like they just had a gun all the time. It's like watching children like having guns and just,
Yeah.
like
Well, like when he
forgetting
was
that you can kill someone.
like, oh, Travis used to just wake me up and have a gun in my face.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's not normal.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So moving away from Tiger King, which is an amazing series to watch on Netflix. What do you guys think of the recent delays? Well, delays in gaming in general, and the delays of The Last of Us Part 2. Because I know, like, both of you, have you finished it, Nath, The Last of Us?
Part 1 or 2.
The first one, yeah. Did you finish that?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And Gary, you haven't played it, have you?
No, I've got it downloaded. I haven't
Yeah.
played it yet though.
So we'll touch on The Last of Us later, but what are your concerns if we, like, obviously quarantine and all these people working hard through the times that we're just sitting on our asses? What if you could be selfish? This is the time. So, like, do you think the console? We'll start with. Do you think the consoles are going to be delayed? And you're allowed to be honest. And I think, like, yeah, okay. There's obviously a lot. The times we're in now are obviously. There's a lot more to prioritize, but currently, obviously, this like little chat is about the game and stuff. So, yeah, do you think the Xbox One Series X will be delayed? Do you think the PS5 will be delayed? Take the floor.
I don't know if they will be delayed. I think they should if they are going to be working like normal, like in their factory and just producing everything and working close together. Like no one wants that. They
Nice,
shouldn't have
Nate.
to.
Thank you.
All right.
Uh,
It's kind of
It's oh,
scary.
blood in her face.
Sorry, just to
They're
jump in.
they're not key workers. They don't need to.
No, of
so-
course they're not. Obviously, The Last of Us, I'm a massive fan of The Last of Us. And for them to push, well, part 2 already got pushed back. I think it was supposed to come out in February, and now it's been pushed back. It was then pushed back to May. So then I booked the day off, and then we were supposed to go like to a wedding after that. And then obviously to find out like the other day, they then delayed it again. I understand it for people who have like pre-ordered the physical copies, like the 100-odd quid, 200 quid copies where you get like a backpack and stuff. And then it would be super unfair if they then had to like download it and then they got the stuff later. But is it? Do you think it's also companies they're going to see if they don't bring it out as normal or wait till later, then they're going to lose money? Do you think that's something? Do you think that's another reason? Obviously, they want to protect people. They're in crunch time, which means obviously people are working stupid hours, and obviously working from home is a lot harder to do. I imagine it's a lot harder to do than in an office when it comes to games development.
I think as well, like, because I know literally nothing about like games development or whatever.
Same
like,
here,
I assume that like people could say, yeah, you can do it from home, but I reckon there's so much you need within a team. There's so many people involved in it that it's probably near. It's very hard, whatever way. And I think like it'd definitely be better to wait for them because I think obviously a lot of games still make money through digital sales, but like they'd probably miss out on like the physical sales.
Yeah, of course.
In terms of like the games and the consoles and stuff. But I think personally, I'm always pro delay a game if it's not ready because I always think it's worth waiting rather.
Oh, especially for a Naughty Dog game.
Exactly, rather than getting something like Anthem turn up and then it's just and then you're having to wait. Like, apparently that's still going to come back at some point, but like that's not what games should be.
It's never coming back.
No.
We all bought that as well.
Yeah,
for the record.
And I think Last of Us is such like that's so different in the way that it's just a single player game. Obviously, there's multiplayer, but I don't know anyone that plays it. But like I think because it's such a story based game, it needs to be finished.
Yeah,
and so
the first game was so perfect. Like everything ran well. It was all like it was the one of the best and most perfect games. And I think like they've got so much to live up to as well. That the sequel has to be brilliant. It can't be. It has to be better, and it can't be anything less. One, I do think obviously they're going to miss out on money. That's probably a big thing for like the sales side of things.
Do you think they would still? Because like they're still gonna if anything, people might get more excited about it because they're having to wait.
Yeah, I guess with us being in quarantine, it might be a case of like, oh, I'm going to try that. But for those people that have I guess the people that have got like the big physical ones could get a download code and then get the stuff later.
I think it'll work in favour of sales. It's going to give people more time to get round to saving to buy it. It's going to give the game developers more time to actually release some games.
Yeah,
like we've had these other consoles. The game releases on day one have been horrible.
Yeah, Battlefield 4, Xbox One.
Yeah, we've been playing upscaled games basically from the previous generation. No new games. We didn't. What was it? Quantum Break.
Yeah,
was meant to come out. Will it come out like a year later?
Oh right, yeah.
Like, I think the only give more time basically for them to actually release some games with it. Well,
yeah, the only like noticeable game I've ever played for the Xbox, which was like a exclusive, was Rise, and I think that was the only noticeable like, wow, the graphics are actually insane on it. Apart from that, there's no game that stands out. That's like
that was because that came out around launch time.
Yeah.
So like I think then you've got that initial upgrade, then you just get used to seeing that all the time again. So then it's a while before you then get the next thing. I still think there's some games like that. Like I think not like in the same way of initial impact like that, like a brand new game being like that. But I remember playing the new Metro, as I was talking to you about.
Oh, yeah.
And like the difference, obviously, like the last one I think was on 360, and now this is the first one on Xbox One. But just like the amount of detail they put into it, it's not the best game graphically, but like it's still like so much. I guess it's because there's a lot of changes in it, like you're outdoors and stuff. But I still think there's games like that where like you notice it again, and you're like, wow, they put like a lot of time and effort into like making the game look good as well.
Yeah.
But I just think you get used to seeing so many. There's such a high standard that you get used to seeing some. It takes a lot for something to stand out as well.
So we're all for the delay, the delay on The Last of Us. So
I'd say so.
I'm trying to like be the argument back, but like, I would rather have like with the first one being so good, I'd rather have the second one be as good as it can be. I do think it might be a case of they're not as far ahead as they thought they were back in February. And then obviously with the coronavirus, that's just delayed things further.
Yeah. And so many things are being delayed now. Like I think it's not.
Well, we had the Euros.
and even like music album, like there's bands that are delaying album releases.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like the sales would just be. I'm assuming it's just because the sales won't be right, and because they can't tour and stuff. There, it doesn't feel right to release an album now.
I think like this is like the beginning for games delays.
Yeah, what else is due to come out around?
Well, Iron Man VR got delayed,
Yeah.
which no one cares about.
No.
I imagine the Avengers game will be delayed when we
When
get
was it
around
supposed
to
to be
it.
out?
September. That's what they reckon the
Okay.
next wave will be, and then Cyberpunk again.
Okay,
It wouldn't
yeah.
surprise me if they just go, okay, we'll delay them and then bring them out on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
Will they not bother with PS4 and Xbox One?
Yeah, they'll still do that, but they'll just like if they bring it like PlayStation had a bad release schedule, I think anyway for like what was coming out with the PS5. I think they probably only had like one exclusive they could get away with. So this is probably them thinking, okay, this isn't actually the worst situation because we can now. Oh, sorry, I just got a notification from Zoom. Yeah, I think they'll be thinking, okay, we can now sell the PS5 with The Last of Us Part 2, maybe Ghost of Tsushima, and then whatever else gets delayed in the future. Like, it can actually come as a... Because I think I was up for buying The Last of Us. I had it pre-ordered, which I've cancelled now. But if it comes out with a PS5, like, early 2021, then I'll probably get the PS5 at the same time because then it's done. But yeah, console delays then. Do you guys think either of the consoles will be delayed?
I'd assume so. Like, I mean, it's going to slow down everything, isn't it? And that's expected. Like, and it should really, people like shouldn't be working in the office spaces or whatever. So like, if that's going to make it harder, which like I said earlier, I imagine it would, then it's only natural that it would then be delayed.
Especially for actually getting the consoles to people. That's the problem, I guess,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But then, like, what about like? There's still obviously like deliveries and stuff going ahead, and things are just maybe a bit slow. So I mean, it's doable, but it's not essential. So then, for me personally, I'm just like, well, then don't do it. Then it doesn't. It's not. You don't need it right now, so it can wait.
Were you someone who was going to buy let's say the latest Xbox on day one?
No, I was probably going to do what I usually do and wait a little while for it to drop in price.
Yeah. So Gary, what about you? What would you say about? Let's just say the Xbox being delayed because I don't think any of us are really that too fussed about the PS5 at the moment.
No, I will eventually get the PS5, but definitely not this year. Xbox, yeah, definitely. I think it definitely will be delayed. I think it should be because how can they continue on as normal and no one else is? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So it should, but yeah, I'll probably get it on release. I said I wouldn't, but I will.
Yeah, I'll be ordering that straight away. Well, as soon as they have their like at-home E3 conference.
Yeah, I just won't be queuing at Tesco.
No,
everyone else at 12 o'clock.
No, I'll order that online and I'll wait patiently. Okay, so that's like the main subjects I wanted to cover. So we'll just get on to like during isolation. What would you guys recommend playing, watching, and for Nathan, and if you go on to Gary, listening to?
Okay.
So let's start with what would you guys recommend watching on whatever streaming service or movie or whatever? So Nate, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, what have I been watching really? Like, I'd recommend Mandalorian if you've got Disney Plus. Like, I mean, there's a lot on there. I think I've only watched the first 2 episodes of Mandalorian, but what I've seen, I really like.
You've only watched 2, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I've still got 2 to watch.
I'm excited for what's going to happen in it. Like, it's drawn me in those 2 episodes enough that I already like it. So
yeah,
unless it goes really bad, then from what I've heard, it doesn't. I'd say that, and then also I watched what's it called? I'm Not Okay With This, which was recommended by you.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really good as well. Just kind of like easy and
like 20 minutes an episode.
Things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that was good. Just a good, like a funny story. It's got I can't remember that. I don't know their names in either
no,
thing.
The 2 kids from
It, isn't it?
Yeah. Beverly and Stan or whatever. I don't know their names either.
They're both really good in it. And I think it's fun to watch. And like, it's only 7 episodes, something like that. Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
And they're like 20 to 30 minutes long. So it's an easy thing to get through, and it's a fun series.
Nice. Gary, what
Mm.
would you recommend watching at the moment?
Definitely the same. I'm not okay with this. That
Oh,
was
you've seen it,
awesome.
have you?
Yeah, I've watched
Oh,
it all.
nice.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, The Mandalorian. I've seen the first 3 episodes.
Mm.
So definitely that, and that has now like got me into watching the old Star Wars. I've watched
Oh,
the
yeah.
first 2 episodes now.
Yeah, so Gary started all the new movies, the movies.
Work
new,
through
so.
them.
Yeah.
Which one of you? What 1 and 2? Yeah.
Yeah,
So you've seen,
episode 1 and 2. Yeah.
So you've seen the pod racing.
Yep.
Yippee!
And so yeah, so Anakin is not Vader, obviously. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's episode
Oh,
3. Is
Spoiler alert! Yeah, spoiler alert. No, you're the only one who
yeah.
hasn't seen them, Gary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen them all.
Oh, okay.
I've seen them all.
Oh, you're acting like you
Just
haven't.
no, I've seen them all. I just want to
Okay.
watch them again because I started watching Mandalorian. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm just watching loads of Disney basically.
Yeah, I
haven't watched the new Lion King.
There's no point now. You've seen Tiger King.
Yeah. It's terrible
So,
anyway.
yeah.
The new Lion King is terrible.
I watched Aladdin the
Is
other
it?
day, and that was pretty bad.
The only good thing about Aladdin is Will Smith.
Well, that's what I thought. Like
Dumbo was awful.
Dumbo was terrible. Yeah.
I thought Aladdin was going to be like a bit more. I don't know. It just seemed like a shot-for-shot remake of the cartoon.
They're too scared to
And,
change anything.
That's the cartoon's so good, and it wasn't even made that long ago that like it seemed pointless.
As soon as I watched Aladdin, I went to Sainsbury's and bought the Aladdin cartoon. Like, 'cause I was like, so much better. Yeah, I've watched so far. I'm back on Ozark now that season 3's come out. It's amazing. I think I've watched like 4 episodes today. Obviously,
I've been watching that as well. Yeah.
Mandalorian's amazing. I've got 2 episodes to watch of that. And me and Ali watched Inside Out last night. Highly recommend. Yeah. Gary, you need to watch it. That's on Disney Plus.
I'm sure I've half watched that while I was sleeping.
But yeah, apart from that, I watched The English Game as well on Netflix.
Is that the one about football?
Oh,
Yeah.
I started that. I watched
Nice name.
episode, I think.
It's like Downton Abbey crossed with football, but there's hardly any football in it.
Oh, bloody Mr. Football. Am I right? Oh.
It's so
Bring it back, boys.
it's ridiculously dramatic.
Here's one for football.
Yeah. But it's it's all right. 6 episodes, 7 episodes.
That's a series. I thought it was a film.
It was all right. It was quite good. The main guy, Fergus. His name's
I see what they did there as well. 6 episodes for 6 halves, isn't it? 6 halves of football.
Fergus Suter. He's like the guy who brought, basically, he was from Scotland, and he brought like a new way of playing football back then, because they just used to, like, when you watch the Mighty Ducks and they make a V. That's like how they used to play football. They just used to have a guy with the ball, and they'd all just barge each other out of the way in a bundle.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's okay as well. It's all right. Movie wise, I'm gonna start going back through the Avengers movies, or like I started Captain America: Winter Soldier, so I'm gonna watch that soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, any music you'd recommend maybe while people are working at home?
The music.
Yeah, I know you guys are more into music really than me. I'm more of like
I'd say I just talk about one. I don't know if it's good working at home music, but
well, what are you listening to at the moment? Then?
A great band released an album a couple of weeks ago. They're a band called Code Orange, and the album's called Underneath. And they basically brought out an album in 2017. They were a hardcore band, but then they brought out an album in 2017 that was like kind of like shifted what every other. And then once they brought out that, a lot of hardcore bands kind of copied that because it was ahead of its time, kind of thing. And they brought out this album, which was it's highly anticipated because of how good that other one was. And it's like 10 times. Well, not saying that the last one was bad, but like for me, I like think this one's like way better. Which
they might be listening.
Hard to do.
Or
No, just because I it's just that like it was saying it's way better isn't a par at like the last album. It's just that this one is great.
And Gary, you got any music to recommend?
That was what I'd recommend.
Code Orange, everyone.
Code
No,
Orange
definitely. I've got no music to recommend. I've
Cool,
been
thanks,
watching.
Gary.
I've been watching old NBA highlights for my
Oh yeah, nice.
motivation and my
Who you been
spare
watching?
time.
Any particular player? Any specific player?
Well, the Michael Jordan episode series is coming out soon, isn't it?
April
Oh, yeah.
Documentary of
20th.
Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm watching some of his highlights. Just to see. I don't think I've actually watched any of his actual full games. It's quite good actually watching him play.
Is he any good?
Yeah, he was alright. He's not Stephen Marbury, but it's fine.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Music. I haven't got anything music-wise. I just been listening to podcasts. Kind of Funny Games daily. I just watch it for YouTube. Put it on the TV behind me while I'm working from home. But they just talk about what's going on in the gaming news and stuff like that. So highly recommend that. What the hell is that, Nave?
It's Code Orange, but
Oh,
it
nice.
hasn't got the band name and stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
Like it should have.
So yeah, this is the first Bro Ops video slash chat. I really appreciate you guys joining me today. I think as time moves on, we'll probably improve the production of this and maybe the way we
What?
make it.
What's wrong with that?
No, I mean, what I want to do next time is if me and Gary can sort out some background that we all when we know what subject,
Yeah.
we'll all change it at the same time and see what pictures we all have.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is Bro Ups, a new channel on
What
YouTube. Gary.
subjects are we gonna go through next?
Next week,
episode?
should we say some point next week? What do you guys want to discuss? You know, you guys can bring something to it as well if you want.
I think we should touch on NBA.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about the
We're all
NBA.
basketball fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nate, you got anything you want to bring?
Why don't you guys listen to Code Orange and say what you think about it?
Yeah, okay.
I will.
Like a bit of a music / book club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Book, what, NBA?
Yeah. And you guys watch the English game.
I'm not watching that.
No.
I'd rather cut my head off.
We'll figure some subjects, but yeah, definitely NBA will be a big talking point then.
If we all catch up
Okay.
on Mandalorian,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll
good
be-
shout, good
should
shout.
up to be the
Yeah.
5th episode by then. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll all have like our own picture background and we'll compare and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
man.
thanks to those if you watch this. Hopefully, Bro Ups will be improving the production value, and we'll see you guys next week. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. Say bye, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Wave, Nave.
I did.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Laggy.